I am trying to remember the last time that I went into an actual thrift shop and bought used books at an actual thrift store. And I don't know when technically the last time it is I went. Happy Wednesday, my friends! I am so very excited that you're here. Welcome to Top 5 Wednesday. It is another week of awesome manga love, and I'm so excited for today's video. But in case if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday in a nutshell is basically each Wednesday we talk about a prompt, we answer that prompt with 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect that said prompt. And today's prompt is used books because today is National Thrift Shop Day, which I didn't even know was like a thing. So, obviously I feel like for most of us, we really like buying new books. We like that new book smell. We like just the new unused book of it, I guess you would say. And how we're like, yes, this is ours. Nobody else has read it yet. But there is a special fondness that comes with used books and knowing that they have been so loved from the previous person or persons that have read that story. It's also a great way too to find hidden gems, ones we never would have imagined even picking up, and we're like, oh, we're going to take a chance and read this. So today we're spotlighting 5 books or manga that we have picked up, I guess, either used online or at a used bookshop or a thrift store. Now, like I said, I don't remember the last time it was that I went to an actual thrift shop because the last one I used to go was to a Goodwill in the town over since we don't have one in my city. But we went over there and they completely remodeled the inside and they don't have a book section anymore like they used to a few years ago. So I haven't been back in there to look at used books to see if maybe they had any manga or anything because I'm like, they don't have the book section anymore. So for my picks today, they're all used. I think majority of them I either got from eBay, so I got them used from Second & Charles and or Mercari, because Mercari's been my latest go-to of when I usually buy used manga because I don't know, I just follow used manga on there, I guess. So let's go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to start for number 1. I am going to say Backstage Prince. I have had this on my shelf. It's a complete series at 2 volumes for some time now. I've read it probably at least twice since I've gotten it though. I love this series. It's really interesting because it's probably not a favorite for many, but it reminds me of me and my husband so very much and it makes me so happy because of that. And it has definitely some yellowing. I got this from eBay a long time ago. Actually, after I got this because I read I think almost the whole manga in some shoujo magazines that Maeve Ever Reading sent me. I did do a video featuring the Shoujo Beat magazines as well as the Clean Fiction magazine, which I write for. And yes, I have just, like I said, I've read it twice since I've got these, and I still haven't done a manga review, but it makes me happy, and I actually love that I did get these used because, I don't know, it feels special. I don't know what it is. I think that they're coming back in stock or they are in stock, but I'm just it's special to me knowing that these are used and have been so loved, especially since I really love it. Do I love everything in this 2-volume series? No, there's certain things that drive me bonkers, but overall this has been such a very cute and special series for me that it was definitely a hidden gem thanks to those Shoujo Beat magazines, and one I am just so glad to have on my shelf. I do plan to hopefully do a video review this December because I'm tired of it being on my shelf and then not being able to share what I thought about the series because it's very, very cute. For the second one, oh man, I have not read this one yet either, and that is Cells at Work. I got this at Second & Charles for my birthday. They had, I think it was volumes 2 through 5, and I got them all. And I was so very excited, even though I was completely heartbroken that the news about the box set came out a week later. And I'm I just got the rest of the series. Why? Why are you doing this? But oh my goodness, I'm so very glad to have this series. This is another series where White Blood Cell actually reminds me of my husband, though not an assassin, definitely not that, but just how he is, and just, I don't know, he's just a great character, and I love Cells at Work. I still need to watch the second season, and I still have not. This is another series that I'm hoping to have read by December because I'm like, I love it so much, but yet I still have not read the manga. But I was really glad that I was able to get this used because it was not high on my radar to actually get the manga and read it. And so when I did see them, I mean, I just grabbed them because I was like, finally I can read one of my favorite anime, because we all know usually the manga is always better. So I want to experience all these characters and see how they are. I know there's no romance, and I won't lie, that is one of the things I so desperately want in cells at work, even though I know it's not ever gonna happen because they're like red blood cell, white blood cell aren't even the same cells. How does that even work? How can you ship two cells together like body cells? Like, I don't know. It works though. It works in my brain, and I'm glad that there's fan fiction. It's a thing. But yes, anyway, ramble aside, I was so excited to get this. It was such a wonderful opportunity. It really made my birthday manga haul better, I guess, because I was like, I got cells at work. So hopefully later this year I will read it. I know I've definitely got a recommendation on one of my recent videos that I need to read it, that it's such a great series, and goodness, I know that there are some Cells at Work spinoffs. I have read The White Brigade, absolutely loved The White Brigade spinoff. I only read volume 1, but it was so very good, and I'm like, I need more. I need more. I'll take all the Cells at Work that I can get. So, but Cells at Work, this one, the original, is in paperback, not just like digital only, like some of the spinoffs are. But yes, I got this used. So excited to feature it today. For number 3, I have to do a shout out to the Banana Collective on Instagram. I'll leave her link down below because she shared about this, and then I went to Second and Charles, found volumes 1 and 8, and then have since been getting them all used since then, and that is Wild Ones. I have been very curious about this shoujo manga, but I'm like, I don't know anybody that's read it. I'm not going to try and pick it up because I don't know what people think about. My library doesn't have this one, but I got this volume, yeah, for $3.50, and I think I got volume 8 as well for $3.50, and these I just found, like, I think I bought one off of eBay or off of Amazon used, and then I bought the rest on like Macari or something like that. But it's a Yakuza love story, and I'm very curious. I really enjoyed what I read in volume 1 because her mother passes away and she goes to live with her grandfather, who is a Yakuza boss. This is her like bodyguard. He's very popular, but she ends up getting feelings for him, and it becomes, you know, a complicated love romance story. So I'm like, why not? Yakuza, complicated romance, what can go wrong? But I was really excited that they had this, and like I said, this was definitely an unexpected pick, but I'm like, I can't go wrong. It's $3.50. So I feel like that's another reason like getting used manga is really great, because sometimes like you'll see a manga, say like online or somebody share about it, but you're like, I'm curious, but I don't want to pay full price. And then you see it used, and you're like, oh, I'll try it now because it is used. So there's another series that I have that I got used, and I got it because of Marguerite's manga, but I decided to wait till next week to feature that one because I was like, that one fits better for that prompt. Anyway, I'm very excited to like read this one. I do have the rest of the volumes, I think, ordered from Takara Cafe, so I'm just waiting for those to come in because, anyway, I have a video coming about why you should shop for manga at Takara Cafe and save money, but that will come out later time. But yes, Wild Ones, I'm so very excited. Like I said, I can't wait to try this. I told myself I couldn't start it until I had the rest of the volumes. I hope it continues to be really good. I'm sure I'll have plenty of drama, but I'm like, I'm all here for it because I've been really wanting to read a Yakuza story since like Yakuza manga seems really in right now, and this one seems like it's sort of hopefully a hidden gem and definitely not on many people's radars. So we'll see if I like it and what I think about it. But I'm glad that I was able to get this used and give it a try. For number 4, oh my goodness, I don't ever talk about this series, but I love this series so very much, and it's a super long title, and it is called We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and That's When Things Got Weird. Oh my goodness. So I bought volumes 1 and 3. It's a 3-volume series. I bought volumes 1 and 3 used at the same time I got Cells at Work, actually. Oh, this, guys, it has one of the biggest age gaps ever that I've ever seen, but it is so well done. It's so beautifully just written. The romance is everything. Like, it even says on the cover, she's 39 and he is 17. I know, I feel the cringe, but I have a video review of why you should read it, why it is so wholesome, and just the most beautiful, precious josei romance, or one of them that I've read. It is so beautiful, and I love this cover so very much. So this I actually picked up because of Meet the Weeb Family mom. She had shared her thoughts about it on Instagram, and this was another time I saw, I don't know how much this one, it says $6.95, but I'm pretty sure I got it cheaper than that because that's not it's not this one. That's what I'm trying to say. So whatever that is, barcode scanner thingy. But I got both of these for less than or more than 50% off. There we go. And was so very excited. It was so worth it. I read the whole series in one evening, and it was just such an emotional and powerful read. Very, very cute, very wholesome. And it's one I definitely would have not tried otherwise, because you see how tiny these little volumes are, and they're $13 a volume, and they're so tiny. I was like, no. But then when I saw them, and like I said, they were over 50% off, I was willing to give them a try, and so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did. Again, another win for used manga and just like thrift shopping and getting books on sale, because again, you find new favorites. And I was actually just thinking the other day, even before this prompt, I was like, I need to reread it because it just brings all of the happy feels. And like I said, the age gap is done so beautifully well. Like, don't get like turned away from that, even though it's like, I really just don't know. But once you read it and how it's addressed, I mean, it's handled so wonderfully well, and it's so cute. Like I said, I wouldn't have given this a try if it hadn't been, I could buy it used. For number 5, oh man, I remember why I picked this one up, but I got it used as well, and that is Kimono Confisory. I think I actually bought this volume from Thrift Books, because it's got some pretty bad yellowing, I think, compared to the rest of the series, because I think I bought these new. They're not as yellow as this one. They're not as yellow as this one at all. But I got just volume 1 because I wanted to give it a try. I don't remember why. I just remember I think I kept seeing it. I kept thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to try it out and see how it is. And it was very, very cute. I did do a video review of this one. I have read this one, and I reread this one actually the other day, like skim reread. I didn't like sit down and reread the whole thing. I read like different parts, my favorite parts. But it was very cute. I was like, I continue to enjoy this, and it's just a very, very sweet read. And did that say this is a library copy, and it actually comes from my state? I didn't even realize that when I got it. Yes, this was one that I got used, and then I went and bought the rest of the series new shortly after because I needed to know what happened. It was another cute food-based story. I keep thinking that she's the same manga that does Something's Wrong with Us, but she's not. And I think I just get confused because it has the food aspect is like reminds me, because they overlap a lot, or at least I feel like from what I've read with Something's Wrong with Us, I feel like they overlap in the food element of making you very hungry when you're reading, and you're like, I don't want to eat, I just want to read. So because I try not snack when I like read manga, because then I would probably snack like all the time. But this is another one that I got used and was so glad and excited that I did. And I have to do an honorable mention because this is my latest like used manga pickup. I saw it on Mercari, and I'm so glad I waited because I had some money in my account on there, and I had been planning to get this Ace pen, and I was like, I don't know, I just kept feeling like I should wait. And I have been following the Earl and the Fairy since I read my library, or the volumes of my library, and I got volume 1. I got volume 1 for a really good price, and I was super duper excited. I would love to get the whole series, but it looks in such good condition. Not that it matters, but I definitely was like, I hope it's in good condition, because it was part of like a bundle that she was doing, but she was willing to sell me just this first volume, and I was so excited. I was so excited. I have a video review coming of this eventually. I don't know when it's going to get posted, but I do have one. I totally spam that lady on Mercari like with excitement. That was like, thank you so much. Like, I have been looking for this, and it's been really hard to get the volumes. If you find them on the cheaper side, they get snatched up super quick, or if they've been there for a while, or they're there, but they're like really expensive. So I was so excited to get this manga used because I have not found it anywhere in stores. It's not out of print, but it definitely is out of stock and very, very hard to find. So another win for used manga, even though technically it wasn't at a thrift shop. And as you can see, none of these were thrift shop buys. These were all mainly online buys or ones at Second and Charles. So, but I am so thankful. I used to not like buying things used because I was like, I don't want it damaged or have like marks on the cover or pages be bent. But it definitely has its own charm and makes me thankful that National Thrift Shop Day is actually a thing, and to remind me like, hey, go save some money and buy some used manga, because granted, I know it's really hard with the manga boom and like people charge an arm and a leg and then some. But when you find those deals, it's really exciting, especially when like this has become a new favorite series for me. So just hoorah to used books and National Thrift Shop Day. I would love to hear from you friends though. What are some manga or some books that you have found used, whether that's at the thrift shop or you've gone online or through an app? I would love to hear from you friends and what you picked up. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!